Hello everybody. So NoukonNeko here to stream some Pokemon Battle today. Feels like a really weird day for me to stream today. Actually move that over to the left. Something's a little bit different. I'm still making some adjustments, but yeah, trying to kind of work out some things, and I kind of want an easy stream, so I'm just gonna be focused on kind of breeding some Pokemon today. Let's see. So the question is, what am I gonna be breeding, and what do I have to use for breeding? So, one of the basic things about Pokemon is people are kind of like after a 6 IV Ditto that you can get from raiding. Raiding is something I kind of was able to do recently, right? Was able to beat a 7-star Charizard, and even beat a solo as well. So I was kind of raiding a little bit off stream, but eventually when you raid it enough, you get your hands on a special Ditto. Like, look at it. It has best in every single stat. So this is a perfect 6 IV Ditto. But yeah, I couldn't do this without, by myself. I kind of got a little bit help with a group of people that were kind of, looking for 6 IV Dittos together. Which you could kind of do by refreshing your raids by changing the date of your switch, and eventually once you find a Ditto, just keep doing it, and then voila. So I have not only just one Ditto, but I have 2 Dittos. You can see over here all these other normal Dittos I caught in a while. This is one from the raid, and not only do I have a normal Ditto, but one of it is actually a foreign Ditto. So what this means is I could do the pseudo method. A pseudo method is when you kind of breed a foreign Ditto with a normal Pokemon. Oh, it's not the Ditto, just a foreign Pokemon with another normal Pokemon from that you caught yourself. It has a really high chance to be a shiny. So, and not only that, if you give it a Destiny Knot, it would inherit most of these stats, 5 out of 6. So it's gonna be a really powerful Pokemon and shiny if you get lucky. But since I already have some Pokemon that are actually foreign already, like this, I feel Coco was foreign, but I have this bunch of foreign Pokemon that I could use to breed. I could just use my normal Ditto for now. The question is what to breed. Let's see. So I do want to breed some of the starters, and it's funny, you kind of look right here. I already have a shiny Fuecoco accidentally. Here, let me show it. It's actually pink. But this is back then when I had a pretty good Ditto. You can see the stats are not that bad. Yeah, it's a pretty good Ditto, but it wasn't perfect. I have 2 best stats apparently in it. But I do want to get a more closer 5 IV starter Pokemons, not just Fuecoco. So I'll be breeding those. Which one are you? You are... Oh, you're one of the other Dittos I caught recently. I'll just throw you in there for now. Or Adamant. You're a better Adamant. I don't think that's saved, but okay. This one can be putting into this box. These are Dittos I have to kind of be able to trade. While these Dittos, I was trying to have fun. I was trying to catch one of each type of nature. But yeah, those aren't the ones I'm planning to use. I'm just gonna use the one with better IVs for now. Okay, let's move things around a bit. Let's move these guys over here. That's right, I can't put Crony in the box. I didn't even know Crony was just sitting out in my party. I just do this. There you go. Now she's out of the party. And let's go ahead and move this over here. Okay, where's the Ditto? Okay, we need a normal Ditto in the party. Okay, I can put Azumarill in there. And all you need to do is literally just go on a picnic with just a Ditto and where Pokemon to breed. But, because they all would they would just breed with Ditto and just make a copy of itself. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw one of each of the stars in the party and pretty much it's a 1/3 chance of where a Pokemon would be that Ditto would breed with. Let's do that. And then... Right, these are foreign? Yeah, these are foreign. So all foreign with a normal Ditto, so that should be a Masuda method breeding. And then... Yeah, I guess this Ditto will no longer be lonely. It has plenty of partners to kind of hang out with. Okay, so now we have that requirement, and oh, you need to get healed. Okay, I don't know why I did that. I could just fly to a Pokemon Center right quick. Oh, other thing I should do before I forget is I should go ahead and hand this Ditto a Destiny Knot. That's important because that's what lets you transfer those perfect IV stats in this Ditto. Wait, I'm gonna look at the right category, right? Oh, you know what? I got an idea. It's not in there. I'm pretty sure it's probably with whatever Ditto I had that item attached last. Let me go take a look. Yep, it's right here. Let me go ahead and give it to another Pokemon. Give it to my perfect IV Ditto. Yeah, that was the original partner, which had amazing stats. Not perfect, but pretty good stats. Now I have a better Ditto to kind of work with. Okay, let's go ahead and heal. I'm trying to think of whether I want to kind of pivot some of these Pokemons with a certain nature, but I think the natures in this game isn't as important because you could change the natures of your Pokemon. Well, you can't really change the nature, but you could change the what stat you want to have an advantage on and disadvantage on. So since we have that, it doesn't really matter what nature the Pokemon is. Yeah, you could do that by using not here. Go into your bag. And not these. Other stones. Mint. These mint is what gives you whatever stats you want. So say if I wanted a Pokemon with higher special attack but lower attack, this is what I would give it. So not a big deal. And you get this from like raids. Not that I unlock raids. These are kind of not really a big deal. And even if I can't find in raids, you can buy it in the shop. So pretty easy to get. I have a lot of LP because of all the raids I've been doing. So not a big deal. So I don't really care about nature. I just really care about whether the Pokemon is shiny or not. Okay, now let's go ahead and throw out a picnic when I am further away from people. Just to kind of have a flat area as well. Oh, there you go. Oh wait, before I start this. Okay, first I'm going to save. Second, I'm gonna turn off autosave. Why? It's mainly because I realized when I read Pokemon, it's quite a bit of a hassle to kind of deal with the Pokemon afterwards. So if I actually go back in time, I don't have to deal with releasing all the Pokemon that I'm breeding. I could also give it away, but whenever I give it away, like through a splash trade, I get Pokemon back. So that's all. I always have to deal with the problem of releasing Pokemon if I did that. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and just restart if I don't get a shiny. Let's go ahead and start Picnic. Okay, so now we have a picnic. We have to make some sandwich to help with the whole breeding process. What we're looking for is egg power. Specifically, we're looking for egg power too. So I'm gonna start from the bottom. Yeah, I haven't like went ahead and looked at which sandwich I actually need to eat. Oh wait, that's egg power 1. Egg power 1's fine, but I think the higher the egg power, the faster amount of eggs you kind of get. So nope, no egg, no egg. Egg power, please. One of these gotta give you level 2. There you go. So a great sweet sandwich. Yeah, it tends to be like a sweet sandwich that has egg power on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and make one of these. Oh, Damien, I'm trying to breed some Pokemon right now, specifically to look for a shiny Pokemon. And yeah, I'm trying to make a sandwich that gives me egg power. And yeah, the game's kind of being weird when the tray goes deeper into the table. I never had an apple and cheese sandwich before. In general, I'm not a cheese person. I really don't like cheese. Or you could say I used to be able to eat cheese, but I had like a traumatic experience with cheese. But now I kind of really don't like cheese anymore. There you go. And it's not just every cheese I don't like. I just don't like specifically like American cheese, the one you would see in burgers. Okay, there's our apple and cheese and pickle sandwich. I have no idea how that would taste in real life. I probably don't want to know. I mean, I probably wouldn't mind it to try it without the cheese. Got shiny Charmander and Sword today. And Sword? Like Honedge? I mean, you probably can't get Honedge right now, right? So you probably mean something else besides Sword. Okay. Okay, and now we kind of chill and wait. And while we're waiting, we could kind of like talk around about my day and stuff. So yeah, yesterday I was kind of talking about whether I should keep track of the time. Right now, okay. It's like in the minute mark. So I'll probably need to check around every 5 minutes on whether I have eggs or not. It's gonna be popping out like crazy. But yeah, so yesterday I was initially trying to stream, you know, some of my raids, but I was like preoccupied with helping my family. I have a family member that was moving to a new house, so I was kind of helping them out. And man, I was carrying a lot of heavy stuff yesterday and got really tired out. But by the time I was done and like, you know, came home to, you know, catch up on a lot of things that I was missing during the day, kind of got late to kind of stream it. I was also kind of tired, so I decided to just take a break yesterday. Like I said, I was predicting that I might be too tired to stream, and yeah, that was the case. But while I was doing some, you know, catching up on other games, I was like taking a look at how what Pokémon raids were going on at the time, and of course there's a lot of Charizard raids because, you know, that's the kind of the big event that weekend, right? Charizard raids are over, so I can't really do it today even though I wanted to. But yeah, I was doing a bunch of Charizard raids for fun. Got a lot of good stuff from it. And eventually I just came upon like a group of people that were trying to do Ditto raids, and I got in it and got 2 deals from it. One that I caught myself and one that was traded to me. Yeah, and yeah, the big goal was from doing all the ratings was eventually get a 6 IP Ditto, and I got that. So the next phase of what I'm trying to do is go shiny hunting, or should I say breed shiny Pokemon. So that's kind of where I am today. I kind of want to get shiny Pokemon as some of the Pokemon I kind of like to play with. And not only they're going to be shiny, but they're going to have, you know, max or near max IV. They can have max IV. It's like a 1 out of 31 chance, or 32. Let me take a look how many eggs I got already. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4. That was in 1 minute. I didn't even hit the 5-minute mark. So I guess I need to check pretty often then, like almost every 2 minutes. And the sandwich you eat, the effect lasts for 30 minutes. So that's why I kind of have to keep track of the time. It's going to produce a lot of eggs. I'm kind of debating whether I want to like... Oh, I gotta change my box. That's going to be kind of problematic. Okay, wait, hold on. Gonna grab whatever eggs I have right now. Expand the picnic. It would level up. And then go to my boxes. Yep, those eggs are being in places I don't want it to be. Go ahead and take it. And move it over here. That food cocoa right here. These are kind of food cocos I was using to kind of test around breeding stuff. I'll throw it in here. There we go. So this will be the egg box. And just to show you the time, so yeah, you can see right here that the meal power a lot is kind of going on right now. So I have 26 more minutes of it. But I don't really need the whole, like, to wait the whole 26 minutes. I at least want to have like 2 boxes worth of eggs. So, okay. Picnic again. And yeah, since I have Fuecoco, Sprigato, and Waxley all in the party, those eggs can be one of those 3 Pokemon, pretty much. And what Zacian fairy type? I'm not sure what Zacian is. Is it? I'm assuming that's a Pokemon. But yeah, so even though we didn't get to like do any fun raiding yesterday, I got what I was kind of aiming for, and now I'm just moving to the next step. Hopefully, I kind of like think is very funny when I like look at a lot of people kind of online kind of shiny hunting and stuff like that. They kind of do kind of early. They don't really care about IV and stuff, which is probably fine. But for me, if I was gonna spend a lot of time to beat a shiny Pokemon, I might as well have it be the best it can be. So that's why I at least wanted to get my hand on a 6 IV Ditto before I start doing it. And it can be fun. It's almost like gacha, right? It's very low chance. It's like, even with the Masuda method, it's like a 1 out of 500 chance to get a shiny Pokemon. But without it, it was like 1 out of 3,000 or 4,000, something in the thousands. But it's a lot harder if you don't use the Masuda method. Oh, do I have Pokemon Sword and Shield? No, I don't. So I guess you wouldn't hear when I explained way early in the game, like what Pokemon games I played. So the games I played so far is like Red, Blue, Silver, Gold, X and Y. There's, after like playing Gold and Silver, I was like, you know, it's a lot similar to playing Red and Blue, just with a lot more Pokemon. I also played Yellow, by the way. So I was like, I probably don't need to play every single Pokemon game, but if there has been enough significant changes to Pokemon games, then I'll try that copy. So X and Y was one of the ones that, you know, went to like I think the 3DS, kind of went 3D-ish. I want to give it a try, so I did that. And then this one, Scarlet and Violet, went with the whole open world route. So that was another new mechanic that I was interested in giving it a try, right? All the other games before this was kind of similar to X and Y, but just newer Pokemon and weird Dynamax, and I forgot what other things were going on with there. They did have reading a little bit too. Yeah, Dynamax rating. But yeah, there's been a lot of Pokemon skipped because of, how I'm kind of very picky which games to go with. Okay. More eggs. I didn't really count that much, but that was quite a bit. That was almost like 6 eggs, right? So yeah, so I have an interesting history of Pokemon. I'm not like too crazy with gathering every single one. It's very hard to keep up with gathering every single one every year. But yeah, I like to skip around. But what that part means is there's gonna be a lot of Pokemon that I really don't recognize. I don't know if they're new or they're old to this game, because I know this game had like 100 new Pokemon, but like there's 400 that you can catch in this game, so 300 are old Pokemon, so quite a bit of Pokemon. And like there were some Pokemon I recognized, mainly because it's part of Red and Blue and maybe from X and Y, but yeah, majority of the there's so much Pokemon in here that I don't recognize. But that's fine. I think that's kind of the also advantage of not gathering every single Pokemon game. You just have this whole new fresher experience, even though they're kind of reusing some assets. You play Genshin Impact? Yeah, I do play a lot of Genshin Impact. I do eventually want to go back to playing more of it too, because I think the last thing I did was Spire Abyss before I reset it, like 5 days ago. So I briefly went back there, right? But back before all of that, I was doing a lot of Genshin Story. And there is a new Genshin Story out now. It's been out for almost like a week now. Over a week, probably. But yeah, because I'm really focused on trying to like unlock Tera Raid so I don't miss any cool raids, exclusive event raids. I was just focusing on Pokemon for a really long time. I mean, the magic of I need to actually talk to the basket. The magic about Genshin is it's all about like hard work really, and like playing the game at a really slow pace. You don't get good right away. A lot of it is just gathering a lot of materials, kind of get lucky with the gacha, which is kind of it's gonna be a very slow grind, but once you get past that slow grind, then you can take a lot more easy and start cruising in that game. So that's currently kind of where I'm at, right? I have a really good team that got me kind of past a lot of difficult content in Genshin without needing to gather so much materials anymore or leveling up anymore. I'm at the Venture rank 60, which is the max. But now I just need to enjoy the story at this point. But I mean, some people kind of think of that as like the kind of the boring part of the game where you're just where it starts to kind of feel stale, right? Well, it just means for me that I don't have to play it as much as I used to. Like back then, I was like literally like trying to grab every single item I could grab from the ground and like trying to fight everything I can and grab all their materials and like explore every single nook and cranny for a little Oculus they could find in each region and stuff. All these treasure boxes and grab as much Prison Gems so you can roll all the gacha. I'm like, so you can look at my first region, Mondstadt and Leeway. That's the first regions of the game, and I pretty much almost nearly 100%. I like nearly 95% the whole region, right? Found wherever I could. But if you look at the newer regions like Inazuma and Sumeru, there's probably a lot that I could do that I kind of probably need to go back and eventually do. But the kind of the rewards for like doing the exploration isn't as big deal to me as much anymore. I kind of got most of the important things. I'm already strong enough that I don't need to really min-max anymore. Join a different stream for 10 minutes, then come back. Okay, yeah. By then, when you come back, I'll be like hatching some eggs. So I'll see you in a bit then. Just one egg? That was weird. I thought there would be more. But it is, I think it is kind of RNG. I don't think it comes out in a set amount. Yeah, you don't have to worry about Miranda being out because legendary Pokemon aren't really breedable. Okay, a bigger question for you guys is out of those 3 Pokemon, these 3 starters, what shiny do you think I'm going to get first? I think out of the 3 Pokemon I want a shiny of, I want Sprigato first, if possible. But this is all RNG at this point. It's 1/3 chance. I think it'd be more fun this way. Huh. I wonder what else could do while I'm picnicking, actually. I'm gonna go take a look. Oh, I obviously don't need to make a sandwich anymore once I have one running. I think it actually overwrites whatever sandwich you currently have on when you make one. Okay, I can pick a ball. Play ball with my Pokemon. Throw ball. Throw ball. That was a pretty bad throw. Oops. Did that mean to whistle? Kick it. Oh, we're literally playing soccer. What? There's a little limit though. Uh-oh, is it? It's rolling away. Can you... Oh, they actually can get past this barrier that I can't get past. Gonna kick it back? No. Close. Wow, how's Ditto gonna do this? Oh, it's gonna use his belly. Oh, so then, yeah, going back to like going back to how things been during my day. So after all that moving yesterday that I did, I carry a lot of heavy things. Today I was like out cold. I could not. When I woke up today, I just realized I could barely move. I was aching so much. It's kind of big of a jump, right? Going from like being sick for good whole month, right? When I was sick, I couldn't really work out or do exercise or do anything like that because it's just gonna aggravate my verbal issues. But yeah, I think I'm like 99% like recovered from that. That's enough for me to kind of do things. I'm not popping furballs anymore. It's just that my body's a little bit tired from the inside, but on the outside, it was fine. I could still like carry things around. But now that like today, when I woke up, I was like aching all over. I'm like tired both inside and outside. I was like, yeah, I literally cannot get out of bed today. So I just slept in quite a bit. And yeah, when I woke up, I was just catching on other mobile games, and eventually trying to find time to stream, and this is where I'm at right now. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention was one other thing I kind of did in the middle of, like, after all the moving yesterday, was I did upgrade my graphics card for my PC that I've used for streaming. So you won't see it now because I'm obviously using a capture card to capture this game right now. But future games that I play on my PC, like Genshin, will probably have some graphical improvements. I'm still I just realized that I'm missing some cords that connect to the graphics card, so I'm like playing with one screen short. But it might be, it just, all that means is it's harder for me to kind of keep track of when people are saying things. I kind of have a screen that makes it easy for me to see when people message me, but now it's at the very corner outside my like main view, so I need to kind of check chat as soon as I can in case someone says something. Let's check the basket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's actually the max you can have in a basket. So I was a little bit late when it comes to checking the basket. It's fine. I just need to check every like 2 minutes. Probably not too far off. I'm just amazed at how many eggs I can get from one breeding session. Like usually I get like about 1 1/3 box full of eggs after a breeding session. That's after 30 minutes. So that was with a level 1 sandwich egg power. So I'm kind of wondering how fast level 2 would be. How many eggs will I have after the end of all of this? Oh, wait, what happens to the ball? Oh, they're mainly sleeping right now. This is nighttime. Yeah, it's funny because I don't look up too much, so it's quite different when I look up. When I think about it, I usually look down quite a bit because you're usually looking for Pokemon or you're looking for items to pick up. You don't really have any big advantage by looking up because there's usually nothing up there but the stars and a great view, I guess. Oh, there's a star that was shining pretty bright earlier. That one right there next to my head. That's pretty bright. That one over there is pretty bright too. And I think I saw a shooting star, or was that just me? It's just me. Go ahead and check on basket. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quite a bit for a short amount of time, right? Yeah, you can have up to 10 eggs in there. That's why you kind of want to check often. You don't like just waste time not producing eggs when you could have. You know, I just realized that the translator isn't working, huh? Let me double check it right quick. Oh, it's working now. Let me grab a sip of water right quick. Ooh, okay. Yeah, if my translator isn't working, let me know in chat, and I'll know to refresh it. But if it's a translation error or a voice voice to text reading error, then that's something I can't really control. I can only really refresh it, and that's it. Yeah, if anything, all I can really do is try to speak more clear. Welcome back. Okay, let me check my basket now. How much time has passed? It's been about, I think, 20 minutes since I started this picnic, right? So I gotta be good enough. Here, let me double check. Just to make sure. I have, yeah, about, I might as well just wait 8 more minutes and see how much eggs I get from this one sandwich. So I did disrupt it a couple times. $37. Are you keeping count of how many eggs I've been grabbing? Yeah, since I'm talking to chat quite a bit, I might as well switch to this kind of view. Just to make sure the translator is working correctly. I feel like it's kind of smaller here, huh? Take a look at it. Yeah, I think I know what's going on. Since I got a new graphics card, some dimensions of things are a little bit different. Like and subscribe. Yeah, that's what the event history is there for. Just to keep track of who has done that, I guess. Yeah, you did everything. Wow. But I guess that means that that whenever I do pop up, you would definitely be able to know that I'm there. And I guess that's kind of what you have to do to kind of catch me around time, right? Because I'm not the type of person who's able to like give everybody a set schedule when I'm on. I'm kind of trying to hop on whenever I am available. And it's mainly because of you know, day-to-day life stuff, or maybe work or other games that I have to kind of take over first before I hop on to stream. So it varies. But ideally, I think usually whenever I can stream, then I try to stream as soon as I can. But because of how spontaneous when I stream, yeah, the only way you really can catch me is if you, yeah, follow and subscribe, and then like turn on notifications. Checking the like is not really needed, but it's nice. Liking a person's content does help me figure out what you guys like for me to do whenever I do things. So it does help me with that, at least whenever I see stuff like that. Yep, and grab some more eggs. But everybody is mainly kind of sleeping. I wonder if they can produce eggs when they're sleeping like this. Well, food Coco is still kind of lively. Yeah, he's kind of right into the basket for some reason, though. Oops, I didn't wake you up right on, did I? You're doing great. Keep doing your best. Yeah, thank you. Great. It's a good thing to hear that. It's always good to get some feedback. Oh, yeah. Like when I began like streaming, I didn't really I wasn't really like, trying to be big or anything. I was kind of doing it more for fun, but it always amazes me when like more and more people kind of start liking and following my content. So when I keep seeing things like that, it kind of makes me want to try to do even more, to stream as much more if I can as possible. And you know, there is a lot of things I want to do and stream more of. Like right now, I've mainly been just streaming Pokemon and Genshin, or was doing some Genshin, but I will be doing Genshin again soon. But yeah, there's like there are games I bought, like for example, Metroid Dread. I bought that game when it first came out, and I initially was trying to stream it, but I think I was busy with another game. I forgot what it was. It could have been Genshin or something else, but I never was able to stream Metroid Dread because of how busy I was and how little stream time I had during that time. Yeah, it's kind of hard to keep games that you kind of want to stream because you can only play the game mainly when you can stream, and it is very narrow. Yeah, back then it was also harder for me to stream because I had to deal with, you know, a bunch of other noise level during that time. I actually managed to find a quiet space to stream, and that's when I started streaming a lot more often, like more daily. Back then, I was streaming like 2, maybe 3 times a week. Is it 2? It's probably mainly 2. Well, I was close to 3 in some weeks. Yeah, and that's like how I was streaming last year. I was doing it for fun, right? But this year, when I found that quiet space that I needed to stream more consistently, is when I started trying to stream daily. So that's why when you look at my like record and all my videos I've done this year, is a lot more active this year. Okay, let's go ahead and check my eggs. And you know, instead of counting normally, I'm gonna count in a different language. I think I can actually remember how to count in Japanese. Okay, so each, ni, san, bi, go, roku, nana, hachi. So that was 8. Okay. Yeah, it's been a really long time since I counted in Japanese. I was really wondering if I remember it all. Oh, favorite YouTuber. That's a really big thing to kind of try to what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to meet your expectations. Something like that. Well, normally I count like 1, 2, 3 in English. I mainly speak English. That's my native language. I do know a couple other languages. I just haven't used it too often. My God, I don't even know if did I remember Spanish? Uno, dos, tres. Oh my God, I don't know if I can count more than 3 in Spanish. It's been so long. But I'm glad I'm able to count up to 10, at least in Japanese. Oh my God, how do you count beyond 10 though? That is gonna be a problem for me. Okay. How's the time looking? I think my picnic should be done. There's a couple more eggs to grab left though. 1, 2, 2. Okay, great. Okay, so now that let me check my my sandwich buff is gone. Now that we have how many eggs do we have? Now we have a box, 2 boxes of eggs, which is need to hatch it. So let's go move some of these Pokemon back. Alright, I'm gonna move it here for now. Always easy for me to kind of grab them back. I'm gonna switch you for Kiara, because Kiara here is a Pokemon with Flame Body. And Flame Body makes it so you can hatch Pokemon a lot more quickly. We're gonna grab a whole group of 5 eggs. Nope. And all you need to do now is just ride around. And hopefully not run into other Pokemon. I'm gonna go into the city so I don't run into them. I can kind of hear it in your voice. He probably is just crushing on you. What? Kind of hear in my voice like in like an accent? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Yeah, so if I just go right around in a circle, this counts too. I could go back and forth, but at least when I go in a circle, I just need to hold one direction on my controller. And already eggs are hatching. Big question is whether I can hatch a shiny today. I've seen people who are trying to hatch Pokemon for a really long time, like for days, and they have not got a single shiny. So they either, and I don't know if they're using the Masuda method to do it. So I don't know if they're like increasing the odds, like I am right now. But it's actually crazy when I see some other YouTuber or streamer trying to hatch Pokemon for like a week or maybe even for 2 weeks without a single shiny. But there are people who got lucky and just get them right away. Like, it's very weird that in my test hatching runs when I'm trying to learn the mechanic, I accidentally found a shiny Fuecoco. But I don't count that. That doesn't count because it wasn't a high IV Fuecoco. Fuecoco Masuda grind. It's instead of doing just Fuecoco, I actually did all 3 Pokemon. Oh, whoa. That's crazy. So what's even crazy is, if you didn't know, these starter Pokemons, they're mostly all male gender. And I think it's like, say like a 20%, maybe not even 20, like 15% chance for it to be a female. So getting a female shiny Pokemon is even rarer. YouTube doesn't really like your opinion. Yeah, why not 9th starter? Well, that was fast. I guess I also think that the starter Pokemon, they actually hatch more faster than other normal Pokemon, because there are times when I was hatching both like a I forgot what was it, like a let me go back to my breeding page. All the way over here though. I was trying to hatch, not a Bygone. Oh no, I kind of forgot the name already. The starter version, like the first form of Excalibur. because it took me forever to find one of those the starter version of that Pokemon. I didn't realize how rare it was, but once I got it, I was like, oh, I need to like kind of breed a little bit so I have more copies of it. But yeah, when I have like a bunch of eggs randomly in my inventory, right? Like they were star Pokemon and Excalibur starting version of it. All the stars would hatch first, then the Excalibur starter ones would come out afterwards. How do you get more boxes? So that was the other thing that was worrying me. I was doing this like egg breeding stuff for a long time. Initially, when you played the game, you had like what 8 boxes, but eventually I found out the more boxes you filled, the more boxes you actually unlock. So you just gotta have more Pokemon, really. That's the only thing. It's either that or maybe because I was like doing my gyms and stuff like that and unlock more boxes. I don't know which one it is. It's either one of those. It's either doing gyms, playing the story of the game, or just getting more Pokemon. But there was at one point in time I was getting scared that I was filling up all my boxes and don't have no space for all of the Pokemon. But I think I finally hit the max though. I think 30 something boxes is literally how much you can have in total. Yeah, you're supposed to release the not shiny ones, but it's quite troublesome to just kind of do that. So what I'm planning to do is I actually turn off autosave. If I don't get a shiny Pokemon, all I'm gonna do is actually just go back in time, go back to my previous save. Yeah, that way you don't have to worry about releasing Pokemon, because most of these Pokemon are not going to keep in the first place. Before, I was doing a lot of like surprise trading with some of my earlier experiments. Oh, another thing you guys could do for me is there's actually any Pokemon you guys want for me to like trade you, let me know. I can try and hatch some for you too. Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, if you guys want one of these starters, I could definitely get you guys one of these starters as well. Yeah, I remember like one of the YouTubers I was watching trying to like hatch Pokemon. Right? I think that was actually all 5, right? Yep. That's a lot of food cocos in this one line. Oh, but that's another female. That's a lot more females that I actually got compared to before. But just to make sure. Something is weird. Why is it weird? Because most of these Pokemon only have 4 IV. Maybe I have to only have it with just Ditto in there. Ditto and one other Pokemon. Okay, well, that's more. A little bit more investigation than you do. So I guess the next batch I could just focus on one Pokemon. Got all the stars, but the duck one, Quaxley. Trade you a Miraidon. Yeah. I actually don't mind trading people a Miraidon if you have a Koraidon to trade me with. So this Miraidon I have on riding with me, I found out you can't really, obviously you can't trade it, you can't put it in a box or anything, but I found out you eventually can catch one more Miraidon, and that one can be traded. And that one you're supposed to trade other people with the different game or Koraidon, so that you have both the starters in your Pokédex. Not both of the starters, both of the legendaries. But I haven't caught the extra Miraidon yet. That's the thing I need to do eventually later. It's weird that most people want a birth defect Pokemon rather than normal one. Oh yeah, because the birth defect Pokemon is kind of like kind of rare, right? That's why. I'm trying to go back into like my little pet history. So you breed a Japanese Charmander. Yeah, if you breed a Japanese Charmander with a normal Ditto, then that will get you... That would be a Masuda method to try to get a shiny Pokemon Charmander. Miraidon through a link trade. Yeah, that's right. I do know that there are like link trade codes that people do to kind of like... They use it to kind of coordinate trades, right? But what happens if there's no one there? I'm pretty sure there's someone there. Someone randomly probably be there to trade it. If you want a Miraidon, but you would need a Koraidon to get the Miraidon. Yeah, so I'll probably will trade people who want any of the starters after I'm done hatching all these Pokemon. If any of them are shiny, then I save. If I don't, I just revert back and save. But even if I revert back, I do still have some of the starters to kind of trade around with already. And it's Waxley. How much more eggs to have? Oh, that was actually the last one. Good thing I checked. It's interesting because this time it's just Quaxley and Sprigato, right? Single Full Cocoa. But maybe it's because these eggs are kind of being like, you know, going from left to right and not down up. So if you look from left to right, that looks a little more even right there, right, already at the very top. Even like on the third row. Give you a shiny Fuecoco. I mean, if I'm having trouble finding a shiny Fuecoco myself, then that would be... I do have that one sitting right in my box, right? But that one, I'm saving for a special occasion. Yeah, if I'm feeling really generous, I'll give it out one day, but it'll be from like probably some kind of weird lottery kind of system I would do. Yeah, if I have extra shinies, I will probably give it away for doing some kind of special little event. But that's something I have to figure out in the future. But first, I need to get the shinies in the first place, so that's what I need to kind of focus on. Which is your favorite starter? So the starter I picked in the very beginning of the game was Sprigato. That, I mean, it might be kind of redundant, weird. I mean, probably not too surprising that I would pick that because of how I myself am kind of part cat. I'm like trying to think, but if I didn't pick Sprigato, who else I would have picked, right? Whether it's Quaxley or Fuecoco. I think I probably would have picked Fuecoco. Kind of makes me a little sad because, like, I feel like I normally don't pick fire that often. And I know both... I feel like Fuecoco and Sprigato is like the two most popular stars in this game, in this generation. But Quaxley, I just really don't like how it does that hair whip. It kind of makes it feel kind of more egotistic to me. Is that the right word? Or... I think that... I feel like there might be one other word to describe its personality. It's kind of slipped in my head, though. I can't remember what it's called. Just because you flip your hair like that doesn't mean that it's not sassy. It's narcissistic. That's the word I'm looking for. It just feels a little bit narcissistic when I look at that Pokemon. This is a lot of Quaxley. I guess when I talk about how I like Quax is my least favorite, they decided to just throw me a bunch of Quaxley at me. Oh, it looks like I got more females. This is kind of really odd. It only has 2, 3. No, that's 3. Yeah, why are the IVs on these matches kind of weird? Coco's second stage is so ugly. It's a clown. I mean, you could. It does kind of feel like a clown, right? But I guess it's supposed to look more like a skeleton. It kind of makes me think of like there's a certain Spanish holiday, Day of the Dead, and they tend to decorate things. They kind of look like skeletons. That's what it makes me think of whenever I see food cook. Oh, I did not grab more eggs. I was like wondering why it took so long to hatch. Yeah, like that's that right. Yeah, before it switched there, it was Fuecoco was actually second form. Yeah, these signs are interesting, right? They're really detailed. It kind of shows like most of the gym leaders, some of the starter Pokemons. That's the second version of Quaxley. Yeah, Sprigato with like kind of soft drink. Fuecoco looks like part of like a cereal ad. Oh man, I have a hard time remembering all like the evolved forms of Pokemon's like name. It's kind of hard when you, especially when you nickname a Pokemon, right? You know your Pokemon by their nickname more, not by their evolved form name. And you see a lot less because of that. If I didn't nickname them, I probably would have catched their evolved form names much more easily. Of course, it'd be that leader for makeup. Hello. I'm gonna call you 4. It's either that or I could call you Puck, even though I know that's not how your name is pronounced. Yeah, welcome to my like Pokemon hatching stream. Yeah, we're trying to like look for shiny Pokemon right now. It's creepy how Miraidon just always stares when the egg hatches. You know, I actually never thought about this. I mean, isn't that just how he looks when there's no egg hatching in general, when you're just standing still? Yeah, I'm like trying to look. It's hard to look guess it's looking around when you're just standing still like this. So like just staring forward. Yeah, he's looking around still. Dad made it 4 years ago, back in 2007. Oh, so this is your Dan's account. I see. I always wonder about that because I have seen people who are using like their parents' account even when they're older as well. In my head, I was like, why don't you just make your own account? Don't you want your own name? Wait, should have hatched more if there was more that can hatch. Okay, no shinies so far in the first box. This is the first box, last chance. You want to know why the eggs look like Yoshi eggs? That's a really good question. I mean, it is Nintendo. So maybe when it came to like asking what they could use for egg images, they had a bunch of Yoshi eggs to be used. Because you would think that each of the eggs would probably look different depending on the species of Pokemon, not all looking the exact same in the first place, right? Maybe Yoshi's a Pokemon? Maybe. I mean, man, that would be funny if there was a Yoshi Pokemon. There's probably Pokemon that looks similar to Yoshi. Isn't Yoshi itself, but close. Oh, you know, I actually don't know what color Food Coco. I was afraid that was gonna happen. because now I would never know what the rest of the eggs are because I didn't save. But I didn't want to save because I wanted to be able to go revert back if I ended up not getting a shiny. I don't have to worry about releasing a bunch of Pokemon. But now I'm back to square one without any of those eggs. Yeah, it can happen. It's really rare. I think that's my third crash. I don't think I ever crashed on stream before until now. Yeah, this is all the way back before I started to kind of yeah, before I even started reading into the Pokemon. But I could play around now and see why like some of the Pokemon. Is it because the stars breed with each other? Is that the reason why? They're all male? Oh no, male can't breed with male. So why? Yeah, they all should have bred with this Ditto, and it has a Destiny Knot, so it should pass 5 IVs. Hold on. Let me double check to make sure this is the right Ditto. Yeah, it's my perfect IV Ditto. Odd. Destiny Knot was the right item, right? Let me double check. Pokemon breeding. Destiny Knot. Yeah, from Pokemon X and Y, if at least one parent holds a Destiny Knot, the baby will inherit 5 of his IV instead of 3. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know why the green was weird when I did it. Yeah, do the eggs reset. If I saved and stuff, then no. Okay. So if I were to like save after I had all those eggs, if I was to rehatch all those eggs, the results would have been the same. So if I had an egg that hatched into a shiny, right? Like went back in time to the save before I hatched it and rehashed it, it would still be a shiny. And that was one of the experiments I did. I was like testing to see whether I'll have the exact same Pokemon being hatched. So pretty much you need to have a save before you even grab the eggs in the first place. Kind of annoying, but that's just what you gotta do. But since I kind of like stopped right there, what I can do right now is whoever wants to trade with me, I could trade them what they want. Let's go ahead and do a link trade. Set a code. I'm gonna throw a high number so it's not one of those set numbers. Let's do 78978. Like that. 78978. Okay, so if you are online, which I need to do, go ahead and get online very quick. Okay, I'm online. Oh, I would get some news. Oh yeah, there is a Cinder race coming out soon, and that's the fire starter from Sword and Shield, from what I read. Like I never had one myself, but this is kind of the reason why I prepared myself to kind of be able to do Tera Raids as soon as possible for like things like this. Okay, so now that we get that whole news out of the way, we have the code still right there. Begin searching. So all you need to do is put in the code and you begin searching and you should find me. And when you find me, just let me know in chat what Pokemon starter you want, and I can probably trade you. If you're looking for other Pokemon, you can let me know too. And I can check whether I have it. Okay. And it's funny, so you see how some of those Pokemon glow? Right here? The Pokemon that are glowing are actually the Pokemon that the other person I'm trading don't have. So I know they don't have Fuecoco. I have a lot of Fuecoco here. So I'm going to go ahead and use a Fuecoco. I'll give you at least one of the shinies. And if possible, if you have... If there's a Pokemon that I don't have, then I prefer to get that Pokemon. And you know which Pokemon I don't have because it's glowing. So I could probably tell if you have all the starters by looking at which one's glowing or not. And after I trade you all the starters, then we could just probably move on to the next person. Oh, Cinder Ace should have it matches the other two. Cinder Ace is like a rabbit Pokemon, right? So would it match really with the duck and Sprigato? Oh, it's still glowing because it kind of keeps the track of the data at the beginning of the trade, not after trades. So I already know you have the Fuecoco. You don't have a Quaxly either, so I'll go ahead and hand you a Quaxly. A lot of like evolved Pokemon. Oh, because they're more humanoid. Yeah, that was very funny. I thought it was very funny because people who had like who had Sprigato and even Quaxly were hoping when they evolved the Pokemon. Actually, it's not really Quaxly. Quaxly, I think you evolved, you probably knew it was gonna stand. But people who had Sprigato really did not want Sprigato to stand. They wanted it to still be on 4 legs, like the other 4-legged Pokemons when they evolve, like Arcanine. But yeah, a lot of the Pokemons in this game tend to be standing. gonna have like humanoid figure. Thank you for that Pokédex entry. Okay, not training from any of the other boxes. But you don't have a lot of these other starter Pokemons too. Okay, me. I just realized you have yourself named as Ash. And okay, you know what? What other thing we could do is we could also keep on trading Pokemon that you. I could keep trading Pokemon that you don't have. Starting with my first box and going down. And you can just keep trading Pokemon that I don't have either. And as soon as I see Pokemon that aren't filling the Pokédex, then I'll probably stop the trade and move on to the next person. So I guess in this way, this helps me fill up my Pokédex. And it makes it so that I don't have to worry about trying to catch every single Pokemon on my own. Kind of save Pokeballs that way. Eventually, my Pokédex is going to fill up so much that it's going to be hard for you to find the Pokemon I don't have. Nice. Another new Pokemon in my Pokédex. I'm surprised you have never caught a Tarantula ever. That's like one of the earlier Pokemons that I could catch with just throwing a Pokeball and not even hurting it in the beginning of the game. You know, it's crazy that I never caught this Pokemon myself. The Tentacool lookalike. That's, I think it's a grass type instead of a water type. But I guess it's just because I never went on my way to go find it. Toadcool is the name of it. Ground and grass. And its evolved form looks like a Tentacruel as well. Psyduck. And if you can't find a Pokemon that I don't have yet, just give me any Pokemon that I just know. It's fine, just... Oh, you quit training. That works too. Okay, so that's the first person that trades me. I'm gonna go ahead and do another trade. And whoever's next, hopefully I'll find you. And if not, then I'll continue hatching more Pokemon. Yeah, and I'm always going to start off with giving out the starter Pokemons first, and then go through Pokemon that you don't have. No, you don't have to worry about giving me a legendary. No one to be found. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more try, just in case people are still trying to get ready. Gonna get into your Scarlet account. You have full Pokédex on that. You have a full Pokédex. Oh, I see. So you were trading me on Violet because that's like your secondary game that you're playing with, and it doesn't have a full Pokédex yet. Yeah. So there is a little prize you get for filling your Pokédex. Oh, don't give me... I kind of feel bad if I take a Koraidon right now without giving my Miraidon, so don't give me that yet. I'll wait until I catch a Miraidon before we do that. Okay. This person is JJ. Let's go ahead and look at the stars first. Oh, you apparently don't have that. Wait. Do I have extra Quaxleys somewhere? I do have extra costs. You have all the stars already. Okay. But there's a lot of Pokemon that you don't have, so I can kind of go through Pokemon that you don't have right here. I could trade some of the Pokemon I just got to you. Yeah, we could have Lurkers train. Whoa, yeah. Wait. Is that a normal color for this Pokemon? I think that's a normal color, right? But they always kind of look goldish. It might look weirder because this is like in the trade menu instead. Oh, that is a shiny, so I wasn't just tripping. Already giving me shiny Pokemon. Oh, thank you. I was like thinking, it's like, yeah, doesn't it normally like look bronze or something? And let's see. It's a new Pokemon for me, so I never caught it before. No, it's a normal iron. You probably thought it looked like a shiny, but it really isn't. Like a shiny Pokemon, like this one has like sparkle right next to the name. If you look like Skittle and like look to the right, it has that sparkle. So those are shiny Pokemon, but this is a normal one. Okay, let's go on with the next one. Search up Iron Thorn Shiny. I do want to look at what color it should be. Oh, that's it. Okay, that's fine. Don't feel embarrassed. I mean, you still give me a Pokemon like to fill up my entries, so that's still nice. Either way, I'll take it. Okay, I'll keep up trying to do a couple of trade attempts a little bit longer, and then go back to breeding again if I can't find more people to trade with. Yeah, I mean the Paradox Pokemons, yeah, I think a lot of them are silver, but that's not like a rule. It's just that because they look more metallic, right? They're more like a metal color. Iron Thorn Shiny, Arg, just load it in. Okay, so some other people are trying to load in the game. They keep on trading. Oh, you know what's very funny? I also have a shiny Dratini, which I grew into a Dragonite. And that Pokemon, I could not tell for the life of me whether it was a shiny or not, even when I already caught it already. Because I heard from my friends after looking at showing them that Dratini, they're like, it's pink. I was like, what? It's pink? Well, it's because I'm colorblind. If I wasn't colorblind, this is an account that hasn't caught everything. Oh, but you don't have... It's a Brock. You don't have a Quaxley, so I'll give you a Quaxley. You don't have an Eevee as well, so I can also give you an Eevee. Oh, thank you, Stephanie Simmons, for subscribing to me. So yeah, I'll always start with like the more rare stuff that people want. The Charmander, the starters, Eevee. Those like the... Well, Eevee is probably not as big as I thought. I thought they were rare originally, but I actually keep finding it's like, you know, evolved forms like Vaporeon and Jolteon. So maybe so Eevee's not probably as big a deal as I think it is. But I did breed some because I thought they were. Hallelujah. A new entry? It is. Thank you. Okay, so now you have a Quaxley. You already have a Fuecoco and Sprigato from the looks of it. You don't have the EV, but guess what? I'm gonna give you something good. It's gonna be an EV that's foreign, so that you could breed. You could breed using a Masuda method with this. Oh, it's an Arcanine. I forgot that the buff. I'm trying to remember the name. Sometimes I get mixed between the name of their evolved form and their, like, you know, lower pre-evolved forms. But we'll find out once we trade. Yeah. So even if EV isn't as rare, a foreign EV is probably a cool thing to kind of grab your hands on. I do eventually want to get like a shiny EV, because I think it's a white color EV, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah, it's Arcanine. So Growlithe was the pre-evolved form name. Okay, so that takes care of the starter, and then I think you already have a Charmander because it's not lining up. Okay, let's go ahead and go through my box 1, and you don't have an Iron Thorns, but this person spent a long time trying to hand me that Iron Thorns, so maybe I should hold on to it. I'll go through everything but that. It's always weird when I get those errors. Alright, later, Squall. See you later. So, this is going to be very beneficial to, like, whoever you're trading when... we both are feeling our Pokédex at the exact same time, right? Less Pokemon to catch, and sometimes it could be Pokemon that you can't even catch, right? Because there are exclusive Pokemons that you cannot get. Gleam. Wow, you never caught a Squavit? Well, then again, I don't think I've seen Squavit. I haven't bumped to a Squavit myself. Yeah, I remember the name of that's Marble Stuff, actually. That's the Voth form. I don't know why, but I remember it looking a lot more gloomer or tired. Kind of, I don't see it normal like this too often, so I didn't recognize that at first. Well, thank you for filling my Pokédex for Marble Stuff. Yeah, I think you can catch it in the wild. I just haven't done it myself. Here's a Strudel. Oh. I've seen the evolve form of this Pokemon before, with the whole main, but I don't think I've ever seen, like, the pre-evolved form before in the wild. Yeah, I think like I caught a lot of the earlier Pokemons, but like midway, I was like running out of Pokeballs and I was running low on currency. I was like, okay, I need to not try to catch every single Pokemon, kind of focus on just being the gyms first, then go back catching Pokemon when I'm a bit more richer. Because I couldn't really farm back then, because if I farmed, my Pokemon would be too strong and they might start disobeying me. So I didn't want to farm because of that. So I just started focusing on the gyms and worry about farming afterwards. But as soon as I got those 8 badges and worked the level cap, I need to control Pokemon. I was like, you know what? Time to start auto farming. And yeah, all my Pokemon went through like training phases and got the levels up really high. Higher than I thought. I didn't want to go too high for some of the contents I was still doing during that time, but apparently I misjudged how strong some people were, or how strong those NPCs were. Was still too high anyways. An apple tune. I haven't ever seen this before. It really does look like an apple though, like a caramel apple. Grass. I would have never guessed that was a dragon. It doesn't even have any evolved forms from the look of it. Ooh, that's... I think I've seen the pre-evolved form of this before. I'm assuming this is an evolved form of it. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. A two-way evolution. Oh yeah, that's difficult when a Pokemon has two different evolutions instead of one. Toxapex. Yeah, totally never seen it before. Star Pokemon, Poison and Water. Thank you. Yeah, I've seen the one before it. Stone Mage. Apparently this is a Pokemon that I got from someone else. I think it could have been from the first person I traded earlier. I'm hoping I get close to completing the Pokédex. Oh, did I talk about what you get from completing the Pokédex? I think I was trying to talk about it, then I got distracted. But after you complete the Pokédex, catching all 400 Pokemon that's possible to catch in the games and trade for, then you get a shiny charm. And what that shiny charm does is it makes it so that you have a higher chance to find shiny Pokemon and when you're walking around. That's right, I never got an Ampharos before. Yeah, I remember Ampharos because back in X and Y, I had a Mega Evolution, I think. And I did raise one myself. But yeah, I haven't raised one at all in this game. But I think you were able to find it in the wild and able to catch it. Yeah, I think I saw it before, I just didn't really try to catch it myself. Because during that one time when I'm trying to focus on doing gyms and avoid catching any more Pokemon for a while. Yeah, nice to get that done. Didn't you just give me a Marble Stiff? So apparently you caught a Marble Stiff, but you didn't have a Mass Shift yourself? It's kind of funny how this like stream went from like being a hatching breeding Pokemon stream to like a trading stream now. but eventually once I hit all 400 Pokemon, then there's nothing left to trade. And we wouldn't have to do this as much anymore. So yeah, there's a limit on how much trading that needs to be done. Thanks for the Luxray. Luxray looks kind of cool. Electric Pokemon. I just think it's... Yeah, that's right. I never caught a Gyarados before. That's surprising. Yeah, that's crazy that I never have a Gyarados before. It's supposed to be easy. I had the Magikarp. It's funny. I had the Magikarp to evolve it to a Gyarados. And there are times I stop the Magikarp from evolving. But that's because I'm trying to keep the Magikarp as it is. I needed the Magikarp for the Ditto raids in case I find a Ditto. Well, not even just the raids, but whenever I fought a Ditto, I always just switch to the Magikarp. It would transform to the Magikarp, then switch to the other Pokemon that used to capture it. Which is Zero, the Galad. That has False Swipe and Hypnosis that catch the Ditto when it can't really do anything. But because of that, that Magikarp was getting levels like crazy. It was trying to evolve, and I had to keep on trying to stop it from evolving. I actually eventually just gave it like an Everstone eventually. So I could have got Gyarados, I just didn't do it. Okay, level 1 Palmy. That's just mean. I'm pretty sure that Palmy was actually I'm pretty sure that Palmy was given to me by someone else. Like someone was probably trying to breed a Palmy. And because most of the Pokemon you hatch are level 1, and then they probably just traded it away to me. You were probably talking about how mean it was to not let the Magikarp evolve. Huh? Forgot what the name of this Pokemon was, but this was exclusive to Violet itself. Oh, you're talking about how mean it was to make Ditto defenseless. Yeah, I mean, when you're rating Tera Raiding against a Ditto, you like it's either you be mean to the Ditto or you be mean to your teammates. Imagine if you just have it turn into a Miraidon and your whole team is like fighting a terrestrialized Miraidon that's like, yeah, that has some crazy amount of stats. Like it has like 30 times the amount of HP. Yeah, usually a lot of those like Ditto raids fail because of the host not realizing that it changes to the host's Pokemon. Like breeding Pokemon, then released hatched Pokemon. Like to beat your starter, throw him away so you have a nice clean Pokemon. Measures the Dragon Ditto. Oh yeah, and that's right. Since the Ditto is terrestrialized, they take whatever element there. Yeah, it's like it kind of makes it a bit harder, right? But if you change it to a Magikarp, even if it's a really strong, like high stat Ditto, it can't really do much when it's a Magikarp because Magikarp just has Splash, which pretty much doesn't really do anything. Imagine someone bring a Zard. I mean, if someone brings a Charizard, it's just gonna be like the Charizard raid. Just with a different Terra type. Yeah, the whole little trade error happens sometimes. Well, it happens sometimes, but eventually it works when you keep trying it. Huh? Oh, they're trying to hand me something else. That's fine. It's surprising. I don't think I've ever seen this Pokemon before. Bochen. Oh, Wolchen's one of the legendary Pokemons. Yeah, I haven't caught those legendary Pokemons yet, so I don't know much about them. Survivor. On to box 2. I think I already gave you a Drifloon already. It doesn't keep track of the ones we already traded. But I don't remember trading you this. I remember I also gave you an Eevee already. Oh yeah, I never got one of Charcadet's evolved form of that one right there. I did see some during the trade like Tera Raids. I was trying to join some of them, but I was never make it in. But yeah, this Pokemon is exclusive to Scarlet, so that's really useful for me to get this. Okay, if you're gonna hand me that, I'm gonna go ahead and hand you the other the other form. The Cyrilage. This one's 48. So it looks like you evolved it yourself. Right? I don't want to look at the history rate. Can I look? No, I can't. Can I look? I can't. Oh yeah, you just caught it. Okay. Since you handed me that, I'll hand you this amazing Cyrilage that I got from a raid, and it has like a normal type Tera type. So it's look at that. Look at that 5 IV, like 5 S IV. So it's a good one to raise if you're gonna raise one. And look at that, it's in a luxury ball too. I was like debating where I'm gonna use it myself, but now that I could like you know, kind of breed for shiny Pokemon, I might as well go for the shiny version and not work in that one. Sylveon, nice. That's another Pokemon I see a lot in Tera Raids, but I just haven't ever managed to get in. Okay, continue forward. Don't have a gold kit or a sure kit. Someone named it gold kit. Yeah, that Cyrilage was like level 75 because whenever you do, I think it was a 6-star raid, they're usually at level 75. I make you want to play this game. I mean, seems like you know a lot of the older Pokemons already, so played a lot of the previous Pokemon games. I guess it's surprising that you just didn't decide to pick this one. I guess maybe because you might be kind of scared about how people are complaining about all the bugs and stuff. And yeah, you just saw like a crash happen just on my stream once, right? So it does happen. It's rare, but it can happen. It is a little bit buggy, but I guess that scares people away sometimes. They really do not want you to hand that dog to me. It's funny because I think I've seen it in the wild before. I just haven't caught it. Oh, there you go. It's much a cheese trick to buy and a Switch. Oh, wait, I see. So you play most of the Pokemon games on the DS, right? On the previous generation platform, but you haven't played any of the Switch versions or this one because it's on the Switch. You don't have a Switch yourself. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't think about that. If you didn't have the platform to play it on, then you wouldn't play it. It just feels it just feels like everybody has a Switch now. Oh, wait. Sure. That's crazy. You just traded this starred Pokemon. I kind of want to hand you back this Pokemon because I'm assuming you evolved it yourself. Yeah, I was gonna evolve one myself, but sure, this Puffy. Scourge. Urge. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna evolve one myself anyways. I'm gonna trade it back. I definitely have one Asmir already, so that definitely shouldn't fill my my Pokédex. Maybe running out. Because I use Asmir for raids. Asmir is like one of the best Pokemon for raids because of Belly Drum. It doesn't have Belly Drum natively, you have to teach it belly drum by having it learn it from another Pokemon that has it. Azumarill. Is it a little bit different? It's a good stat, level 50 Azumarill. Not obviously not a shiny. It's just a Pokemon that was caught. Here, let me do one more trade. Okay, you're just trading anything at this point. Okay, I'll do one more trade with you. Then we're gonna like stop the trade and let other people try to trade me, see if they have more Pokemon that I don't have. I do want to have people start Pokemon that they don't have already, because that's what they might be going for. I can prioritize helping other people with their Pokédexes later. Or you guys could learn how to trade with each other too. That could work. Did you just traded your shiny? What? Oh, was the Fluffy a shiny Pokemon? Oh wait, this is a shiny Pokemon, Nacli. Yeah, it is a shiny Pokemon. I see. I'll move it. Okay, I'll move it later. But thank you for the shiny Nacli. I didn't realize it's. I need to kind of look at the normal one and see what's the difference in color later. Okay, yeah, we're done cheering for now. Hey, let me go look at it. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna move it in the shiny box so that I don't mistaken it for anything else. And then I'm gonna go take a look at it. Is it just more yellow with the red eye? Let's see if we'll look for a normal one. Have to have a normal one somewhere. Right here. Found it. Yeah, the eye color is different. And it's you know, the top of the head, the blocky square parts, that's like yellow or green. I'm colorblind, so I can't tell, but it's a different color. Okay. Yeah, I would have caught that, not like off the bat. Unless someone pointed out it was a shiny. Thank you. Okay. Let's go ahead and check if other people can go ahead and save. I think it saves every time I trade anyways, but it doesn't hurt to do more considering how I lost all my progress earlier. Okay. We'll do a couple more searches. See if other people want to get starters or trade me Pokemon that they help me with my Pokédex. Going once. It's been interesting trades tonight so far. It's always interesting training people. You never know what you can get. And sometimes I do like to do the, you know, the surprise trades for that reason. And you just trade with a complete stranger. There was like one fun time. I was watching some people streaming. They were doing surprise trade. I didn't know what they were doing. They're all kind of gathered together. But what they did was they were trading people. So they were using all those Pokemon they actually traded during the surprise trade to actually battle against each other. So like imagine 4 people all together in one world doing surprise trades. I didn't know why they're doing that, right? At first. They got like about 6 surprise trade Pokemons, and they're supposed to use those 6 Pokemons in a 2 versus 2 matchup, and you could only use those surprise trade Pokemon. So it's nice because if you didn't even have a Pokemon raised up to fight, at least it's all in a even playing ground. And if you get lucky where someone trades you a really strong Pokemon, then that's just good RNG for that fight. So that's a fun idea. I also it kind of makes me want to do something like that one of these days when I have enough people to kind of do it with. Someone asked if I have a girlfriend. No, I've been single. Yeah, I've been single for most of my life, really. Yeah, one of these days I probably would like to have one, but for now I'm enjoying my time being single, being able to stream with you guys, right? I'm kind of worried that if I do get into a relationship, that I might have less time to stream. You would trade. I will trade you my mythic when you hatch your mythic. Oh, so you're talking about the Koraidon. Yeah, I'm not like in a rush to get into any in a relationship or anything. I think if it happens, I kind of like to happen a little bit naturally. So I haven't ever like tried to do any like any of those apps that people have to kind of look up other people. So I haven't actually tried doing any search or anything like that. Yeah, I had like crushes in the past, and I got close to getting into a relationship with somebody in the past as well. But it was kind of dramatic because they were technically with someone else in that time, and I couldn't in good conscience kind of get into a relationship with them when they're still with someone else. It doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel clean. So yeah, I just couldn't go with it. And it's funny because I think I have a lot of people, a lot of girls that probably were interested in me when I look back and think back. It's not that they admit it, but considering how much interactions I had with them in the past, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them were interested. But I think most of them knew I was interested on someone else in those times, and they were probably too shy to admit it. Okay. So you could safely say you haven't created a love potion. You have that Riz. Riz? That's like all capitalized. Does it mean something? I wouldn't understand it. Riz? Yeah, and if you made someone like kind of love you from a love potion, then that really isn't love, right? It's more like you're kind of forcing or influencing that person's decision about how you are. So I'm more about the type of having, like, again, like a natural relationship with somebody, if it was going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say that I think I'm done trading with people today. We could try to do a little bit of more breeding, then and hatch a couple more, then we'll call it a night. So since I already have these Pokemon all set up, all I need to do is just make a sandwich. In fact, let's do 15 minutes. Let's do one whole box. So I know about 30 minutes is like about 2 boxes. So 15 minutes would be 1 box. And then we'll hatch that 1 box, and then we'll call it a night. And then I think the next time I stream Pokemon, I can try to go ahead and try to catch my mythic, another Miraidon, then I'll trade it for Koraidon. So I wouldn't be surprised if people are gonna try to fight to trade their Koraidon for my Miraidon. So you just had to be lucky when I catch it, I'm ready to trade it. And I wouldn't know. I'm kind of worried about whether I should nickname it or not. Because I don't know whether it would like whatever nickname I put it as. And I wouldn't really know what to nickname it as in the first place. I'm looking for some kind of fruit sandwich that gives egg power level 2. Sweet sandwich, right? This one. Let's go ahead and make our weird apple cheese sandwich. With, I forgot what the jam that is. It's some kind of sauce. Yeah. So earlier I was talking about how I don't really like American cheese. It's mainly because of my traumatic experience, and I didn't really tell anybody what that was here. But let's just say I just had like a weird time where I had a lot too many cheeseburgers, and it kind of went back out the wrong way. And ever since that has happened, I can never eat cheeseburgers or American cheese ever again without thinking about that. So ever since then, I have not eaten American cheese. Mozzarella cheese is probably one of my favorite cheese right now because it's like furthest away from that kind of taste. So some cheeses are okay, but the more closer the cheese is to American cheese, then it kind of feels nauseating for me. Oh, that was a different reaction. I think it's just a higher sandwich though, right? Yeah, it's still a 3-star sandwich. Got my egg power up. Okay. Yeah, this Ditto has the Destiny Knot, so supposedly you're supposed to have at least 5 IVs at best, at max IV. When you have a Destiny Knot on the Ditto that has 6 perfect IVs. But yeah, I'll play around a little bit after this, like off stream, while trying to investigate more of this later. Maybe I should like. Here, actually, you know what? Okay, I don't have anything yet. Just in case the other Pokemon somehow mess this up, I'm gonna put some of the other starter Pokemons in my box. Let's just focus on Tito for now. Yeah, this is my personal box of Pokemon I save for just training purposes. Or not trading, but eating purposes. Okay. So I can kind of lower how much I need there later. Yeah, let's do a very simple scenario. See how what all the Speaker Tito that I hatch will turn out to be. I mean, well, I am a man, and when you look at somebody who looks really good, that does something naughty, then you're gonna feel that way. So yes, I have had that happen to me before, and it's normal. Yeah, it's almost impossible to never be at that kind of state. But man, does it really suck when that happens, when you're in a social setting that you don't want people to notice that. Yeah, it's something. It's just something you just really can't control so much when it happens. It just happens. For that next question, I'll leave that to your imagination. But just know that if it does happen, it's very natural. It's kind of one of the only ways you could get yourself out of that state. How long have I been? Let's see. To fill up a whole box, I think a whole box is 5 by 10, right? So 30 Pokemon. 5. That was 5, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. Was that 10? No, this is 10. Wow, it already filled up to 10 already without... That was really quick. I need to check more often. Huh. You know what? One thing I should be doing is, well, maybe it doesn't even matter because I'm not trying to use this Pokemon for battling in the first place. But one thing I could have been doing this whole time is washing my Pokemon. Because I know if you wash the Pokemon, your friendliness, like your friend gauge with them kind of increases, right? Whenever you see Pokemon like endure like a fatal attack and like survive 1 health, or whenever they dodge certain attacks, it's mainly because of how friendly you are with your Pokemon. So that's one thing you could be doing when you're kind of waiting around. But again, these Pokemon aren't ones I'm used for battling, so it doesn't even matter. How much? How long you plan? I'm planning to just grab a whole box. Wait, why are you sleeping? Still in the middle of the day. I mean, I guess it's nice to have midday nap sometimes. I like to take naps quite often myself. Definitely, I think it's definitely better to kind of definitely take a nap when you're tired. That way you don't have to kind of do things half asleep. Because I don't think you are doing things like efficiently if you're kind of half asleep. The doing is probably like a lot more slower. Or you probably make more mistakes when that happens. Yeah, and then you get that whole refreshed feeling of, after you wake up. But I will admit there has been times when I take naps too long, because once you take it too long, you should actually feel more groggy than you were when you went to sleep. Well, I guess it's still better than being half asleep, but definitely having a shorter nap does feel better than having a longer nap. Okay, I probably should check the box. They could still produce eggs when they're taking naps, right? The answer is yes. Or 5. Just 5. Oh, I should also check on the time, see how long I can actually keep on streaming for. I probably can only stream for 20 more minutes anyways. So let's just say in 5 more minutes. I'm wondering how long it takes me to hatch all these eggs that I'm producing right now. In 5 more minutes, I'll go ahead and stop trying to grab more eggs and start just trying hatching them. Probably take 15 more minutes to kind of like hatch all of them that I have right now. Do I have foreskin? And that's probably a private question that I will leave to your imagination. I was getting a little bit too personal right there. Yeah, in the end, I don't think that information is really needed for people to know from Vtuber as much. I do think it's funny whenever like people ask like some of the girl VTubers what their the underwear color they wear. And it's crazy. Some of the more popular VTubers, once they figure out what underwear that you have, sometimes people would buy it. Like I remember, I forgot, somebody like said they had some kind of like a very specific underwear with a certain like pattern. Let's just say it was like something. I don't think it was Mickey Mouse, but let's say it was Mickey Mouse type of like underwear. Someone actually found out the exact brand she wore. Next thing you know, it like that underwear just all sold out. Yeah, it's crazy. And it's the same thing with not just like underwear stuff, but like food and candy and treats too. Like sometimes, like another VTuber I watched is like, oh, like I'm craving this one candy before that looks like a mushroom or something like that, and that candy all just sold out. I think it's very crazy when a VTuber is able to influence people that much that you kind of either kind of sell out a whole item or sometimes it would break certain websites too when it has too much traffic. Yeah, those choco mushrooms. I'm doing time. Probably like another minute. Another minute, then we'll start hatching. And hopefully I don't crash. Yeah, it's probably better to take it feels like a waste to kind of only do 15 minutes of sandwich and like doesn't, even though you have 15 more minutes, there's always that possibility that you could crash, so that you wasted all your efforts anyway. So I guess it's better to do shorter bursts to do 15 minutes one box at a time, because these ingredients in general are kind of cheap to kind of gather to make the sandwiches in the first place. So it's probably not a big deal, especially if you're this far in the game. Okay, let's check again. Okay, and go ahead and end the picnic. That was like 13 minutes that I spent, which is fine. Check my box. Oh, are in the bad place. This is almost one whole box. Hold on. Let me move you to like an egg box right over here. I always forget to kind of move to a better box before I start breeding. Get that. Here. Kind of like to line them up as much to the left. That way I can easily kind of group grab them together. Okay, and then we'll move you back to your breeding box. Then where's Kiara? There's my hatcher. Bring you back to the diddle box. Okay, now we're ready to hatch some eggs. Okay. Perfect. Now, just need to run around. And hopefully not have the game crash. It's actually surprising that the game crashed right there. I didn't feel like... Is it because the city might be like too intensive? I do wonder why the game crashes sometimes. Yeah, it's a really low chance for me to be able to get the shine today, is considering that it crashes. But let's see, if I had one whole box of Pokemon, that's 30 Pokemon, right? And you had a 500, it's like 1 out of 500 chance to get a shiny using the Masuda method, which I'm doing right now. Like 33 out of 50. It's roughly... It's not exactly like 1 out of 20, but yeah, you could almost say it's roughly around like 120 chance for me to get it in one run. So theoretically, you would have to do 20 boxes worth of eggs to be able to get a shiny. So quite a bit of boxes. Only crashed twice in this game. Wow, that was my third time when I crashed. So yeah, it's very rare, right? Considering how long have I played this game for. This is my like 13th stream of the game, and I've been streaming about almost 2 hours per session. So you could say it's like over 26 hours of gameplay and 3 crashes for that time. So yeah, quite rare. It happens. There also has been people who have never crashed before too, right? It depends on where you are, what you're doing. I actually don't know what a shiny Sprigatito will look like. But once we see it, we would know, right? I really hope it's like a little more, very distinct. Like, I was able to tell that shiny Skeeto on the wild that it was totally different from the other normal Skeetos. But the Dratini that I found before, I was just like XP farming, and that the XP farm had a lot of Dratinis that sometimes appear. I would have not known it was shiny at all. In fact, I didn't know it was shiny when I saw it. And the only reason why I knew it was a shiny was my Pokemon was not attacking it. It was refusing to attack it, actually. And I was like, wait, that's not right. If you won't attack this Pokemon, then it must be a shiny. So yeah, as soon as I fought it, found out it was a shiny and caught it. Yeah, I really cannot tell the difference between a blue and a pink Dratini. they're very similar. Probably one's about like slightly darker. The shiny Pokemon is for me, but I cannot really tell. The teal? Wait, are we talking about Skeeto will be a teal? Because right now Tito is green. I need to look at what teal looks like actually. Will I tell the difference between teal and green? Wait. And where's hatching? I'll move you here. And also want to look at stats. This one has amazing stats, but these don't. Really odd. Four, 3. It's weird that I even get 3 in some of them. 4. It's weird because it almost feels like the Destiny Knot isn't working at all, unless I'm supposed to have Destiny Knot on both Pokemon. But it's supposed to be just on the one Pokemon. Right? Am I doing this wrong? Yeah, I could probably do a little bit more research a bit later. It's either there's some kind of weird bug going on, or I'm doing something wrong. Did get the next batch of eggs, right? I do. And it's green. I need to look up. Let me look at teal right quick. What does teal look like? Teal. Or I could have looked shiny Sprigatito, but what? It's not showing me the color. When I look at teal, it looks like gray to me. So, I mean, I'll probably be able to tell the difference once I see it. What I'm more curious about is what the chances are for me to be able to get a shiny and it being a female Pokemon. That's gonna be really crazy odds. I think all you need to do is, say if it's 1 out of 500 chance to get a shiny, and now you're trying to like, say it's like it takes. Say it's like 1 every 8 chance. It's probably more close to 1 out of 9, but I'm gonna say 8 for now. To get a female Sprigatito, then you just times 8 by 500. That would be 44,000. Or 400 or 4,000. Probably better to say 4,000 or 4K. So 1 out of 4K to get a shiny female Pokemon. Really crazy chance. You like the shiny version of Coco? I do think it's cute. That's pink. This one has 5. Which is weird for the ones that don't have 5 to me. Yeah, is there a bug? I don't know. Because usually it's just one of the parents. It should take 5 of the parents' stats. And I know that Ditto was purely caught because I caught it myself. So it's not like it can be hyper trained. Even if you hyper trained a Pokemon to have this IV back, it does tell you that it's been hyper trained. Let me show you what I mean. If you look at my Azumarill, for example, I hyper trained it for HP and attack because those are like 2 of the stats that it's struggling with, but you need those stats for Azumarill for rating. So yeah, so the Ditto I'm using for breeding is definitely a 6 IV, perfect IV Ditto. Been watching for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah, I've been streaming for almost that long. So I haven't streamed exactly 2 hours and 30 minutes yet. I'm getting close though. How many more eggs? Like about 2 more batches, right? After I'm done with this batch. And even if I didn't get any shiny Sprigatito today or any of the starters as a shiny, still did get a lot of good trades today, right? Get more progress on my Pokédex. So not like I came out with nothing today's stream. Oh. One thing I would want to mention is I didn't know Sprigatito's name in Japanese was until like I watched some streamers. I forget that like in Japan they have different Pokemon names for them. But yeah, Sprigatito in Japanese is Nyauha. I actually do kind of like that name a bit more. But it definitely makes me curious about all its evolved form names as well. Did you know there might be a new mode for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, like a 3rd one? Oh, like a 3rd game, like how like Pokemon Red and Blue had a yellow. I think a lot of the most of the Pokemon like generation starts with 2 and eventually does have a 3rd one. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know whether this one has been announced yet. I don't think it's announced yet at all. But it takes time, right? Almost like a whole year before they say anything about a 3rd version. The biggest question is what generation before this game didn't have a 3rd version? Was there ever a time to skip it? And I don't know if you can count the remakes of certain games. Just realizing that some of these ads are trying to show off some clothes, and I haven't actually shopped in this Pokemon game yet as much. I'm wearing mostly all the clothes I have from the beginning of the game, but I do know you could buy more clothes. Like I could get a different backpack, for example, different shoe, more hats. I'm just not much of a hat person though. The one thing I would want to change is like my actual clothes, but you only have 4 clothes you begin with in the game. You can only change your gloves, shoes, and backpack, and glasses. Wait, glasses do I even have? I think my glasses is fine. I have right now. It's been lit. If you do the Elite Four challenge, there are 3 schools that shows up. You are right. I think you're right. Good. Each of the school has a fruit associated to it, right? I think like right now, it's grape or uva. I think Scarlet was orange. Maybe wrong, but I think it was an orange. What was the other fruit for the third school option? I would have to go back and take a look at my stream to figure out which one it was, but yeah, I think you're right. There was a third option, and that third option, I wouldn't be surprised, is the third game they will release eventually. Oh, the third option is an apple. Well, wouldn't that kind of conflict with, like... Wouldn't that kind of conflict with a little bit with Scarlet? I mean... I don't know, but for a colorblind person to me, like, orange and red is not a color that's too far away from each other. So it would look almost the same to me. I almost like, you know, when you think about Scarlet, you kind of think about red in the first place. So what color would the new game be if it's apple? Oh, well, hold on. I got it. Apples are not always red. Sometimes they're green, right? Like a green apple. So maybe be green. It's like how, like, starter Pokemons are, you know, blue, red, green. Regardless of being the green one. Okay, one more batch and plus one extra. No shinies so far, though. Apples are kind of white in the inside, right? But I haven't ever seen a apple that's been white in the outside before. But that would be interesting. A white version of the game. And not only, but they don't call the games by, you know, the fruits itself, right? Those are just the school. They would call it by the color. So what kind of weird... Yeah, Scarlet's just a weird way of saying red, and Violet's a weird way of saying blue. And those not exactly the right color, but it kind of makes you wonder what would they call for a green type of color. Hello, Yang Kai Ching. Welcome to my stream. You're kind of, I've been streaming 2 hours and 30 minutes in. You're kind of at the tail end when I'm hatching my last batch of Pokemon before I'm calling it at night. But, yeah, you, so far, yeah, no shinies. Unfortunately, but I did get a lot of, interesting trades in the middle of the stream after my game crashed. Yeah, the game crashing definitely kind of was a big factor of why I haven't got any shinies. But that's mainly because I kind of am trying to not save what I'm doing. That way I don't fill up my box too fast with a lot of the same starters. I did like save a couple of starters for trading early on before I even did any of this, but yeah, when it comes to keep on doing more and more to get shinies, I'm trying to throw kind of revert back time whenever I don't have any shinies at all. I don't have to deal with a lot of management. Okay, that was the last batch, but there was one more. And it's crazy because if you think about it, how many female Sprigatito do I have right now? One. I had one, right? Earlier when I was like hatching a bunch of shinies, I was getting like a lot of females. I mean, it's not like more than the males, but it was still more than where I currently have right now. A pretty crazy difference. You gotta go. Good night. Right? I'll see you later. I just am one Pokemon away, one more egg away from calling a night myself. Friend on Meet says hi. Oh, I guess. Well, I'll say hi to them as well then. Oh. Yeah, sometimes you run into people when you am going around in circles like this. And for my last egg, will it be a shiny or not? And the answer is no. No shinies tonight. Okay. So, very unfortunate that I didn't get any shinies today. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research to see what's going on with the IVs. Some of these Pokemon, because for the most part, they are get at least or a lot of best stats. 5. I wonder if there's any with perfect IVs. 5. 5. Yeah, nothing perfect. Closest is 5 IVs. Yeah, that dildo I have does have the Destiny Knot, so yeah, it's odd. I needed to do a little bit more research. But yeah, I'm not gonna save where I currently have, so all those Sprigatito that I just hatched are gonna be gone away. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream now. So the question is what I'm gonna be doing on the next stream. Let me think. I'm like thinking I need to eventually start doing Monster Hunter Mondays again. But I think in tomorrow I will probably take a little break from streaming. I feel like I've been skipping a lot of Mondays. But it's usually because I'm usually pretty tired when it comes to like going back to work for the work week. So most likely I will have a break tomorrow. Take a break tomorrow, but I would definitely stream on Tuesday. And when it comes to Tuesday, I would stream my god, I'm trying to think where I want to stream some Genshin or Pokemon. But yeah, I don't want to get too behind on Genshin because I was behind on Genshin when I kind of pushed it back when trying other games. So one thing I'm doing is maybe I should do Genshin on the weekdays. Hopefully try to catch up on that. And then do Pokemon's more during the weekends. Something like that. Or maybe I could kind of rotate them back and forth. Like Genshin on Tuesday, then Pokemon on Wednesday, something like that. Yeah, maybe I could do that. That would be like more better in case some people are just following just one game. Then they will have at least 1 day break in between if they're not watching me for the other game. Yeah, I'll probably rotate them back and forth for a while until I get all the stuff I want to be done with Pokemon. So yeah, let's say Tuesday will be Genshin if not tomorrow. And then when I do start streaming some Pokemon again, most likely on Wednesday, I'll probably focus on catching legendary Pokemon next time. I'll probably catch at least get my additional copy of Miraidon Then I can start slowly work towards the 4 legendary Pokemons in the corners of the game. Are sealed away. And if I round all of that, I can hatch more shinies. Yeah, Monster Hunter Monday. Yeah, before, like, I used to do like Monster Hunter hunting on Mondays and had it so that people would join me during my hunts, like Monster Hunter Rise. And there is new Monster Hunter content that came out that I have not touched yet because it came around the same time Pokemon did. I was really focused on Pokemon first, getting that away before going back to Monster Hunter. And I think I probably would resume that maybe next week. Maybe. We'll see. It's kind of hard to say because the holidays are coming up. And if it's holidays, then I'm most likely, if I'm not doing anything too crazy, I have more time to stream. And I don't have to worry about work as much. But yeah, before I haven't had it, and I do want to restart it. And even if I don't do it on Mondays anymore, I could still have it on at least 1 day a week. I do want to do 1 day a week at some point again. I'm just hoping that I had enough time in Genshin so that I can kind of keep up with the updates for Genshin. But yeah, okay. I think you guys have an idea what my schedule is. If you really want to make sure you catch me on time, make sure you just subscribe to me and turn on your notifications, then you would know exactly what I'm on. I'm also, I do have a Twitter that kind of announces things like whether I'm not streaming on certain days or what days I will be streaming. So if you want to catch all those little tidbit news, you can find it there too. Yeah, and I think links to my Twitter and stuff, they're mostly on the bottom, right? On YouTube, and I think on Twitch as well. Yeah, if you didn't figure it out, I mostly stream on both YouTube and Twitch. Just haven't had much people from Twitch being talked up today. And a lot of talkative people on YouTube, which is fine. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go get some sleep, so I'll see you guys later. NoukonNeko signing out. Bye-bye.